Today we are going to be talking about 7 facts about Cha Hae-In from solo leveling, from her bio to her stats to her powers and abilities, and to telling you what happened to her at the end of the story. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's get started. Number 1. Blade dancer Cha Hae-In is the vice guild master of the Hunter Guild and the sword woman of the main raiding party. She is the 9th awakened S-rank hunter in Korea, also the only female S-rank hunter. Cha Hae-In was a direct participant in the 4th Jeju Island Reclamation Raid as a member of the Korean S-rank raid team. She possesses the unique ability of mana smell and dislikes smells of hunter except for Sung Jin-Woo. She made her debut in chapter 81 of the light novel and chapter 65 of the Webtoon or Manhwa. She is 23 years of age and currently resides in Seoul, the capital of Korea. Number 2. Appearance. Cha Hae-In sports a blonde short hair where it is cut above the shoulder in a blonde cut and bangs. Sometimes she will tie up her hair up when gearing up for battle. She has a pointed nose and slant eyes, and when in battle, her eyes occasionally glow of a bright gold, similar to Jeju. She was first seen wearing a set of armor for equipment without a helmet and a sword on her waist. She wore a brown plated shoulder guard and a black and red collar shirt with white stripes and buttons. She carried a black sword with a silver hilt. During the Jeju Island Raid, she wore a gold and red plated armor and carried a sword with a black and gold hilt. It is notable that Jin-Woo stated that he believed Cha Hae-In to be attractive. Number 3. Cha Hae-In is described as a workaholic. Prior to the Jeju Island incident, she didn't take a day of relaxation in her nearly 2 years of being a hunter, often remaining tense on days she didn't participate in raids. This is in part due to worries about her colleagues during the raid. She should be wary of their mistakes. She is an incredibly wary and cautious woman who takes care for the safety of those around her, as displayed through her habit of monitoring the boss room to prevent it from leaving its nest in the A-rank dungeon where Jin-Woo entered as a minor. She expressed deep anguish and regret with the death of her guild members, feeling distraught with the death of the hunters in the double dungeon when attempting to save Jin-Woo. Since her meeting with Jin-Woo, her personality has displayed a drastic change. She no longer feels as if she has met the expectations of her comrades and feels she could go back to being a regular woman living her life. Number 4. Some people might say Cha Hae-In made her debut in chapter 28 of the Webtoon, as she is the S-rank student Sung Jin-Woo mentioned who learns Kendo. She chose to learn under him so as to be effective with the sword. This is impressive because Sung Jin-Woo, the guy who lost his arm during the first act, is a C-rank hunter, which almost never happens because of the pride of S-rank hunters. She chose to learn because she had never wielded swords before becoming a hunter. She was also mentioned by Jin-Woo's father, Yo-Moa, as he stated that he tried to employ her to become the guild master of his new guild. Number 5. She has various skills and abilities like mana smell. Cha Hae-In has a mana sensitive condition centered around her nose. This normally causes high-rank hunters to smell badly to her. The one exception is Jin-Woo, who she finds to smell good, probably due to him being a player or being a monarch because he has purer form of mana. She has 2 different swordmanship abilities. Blade dance, a series of sword attacks that looks like a dance. Her movement paces up as significantly as if she was performing a dance, and her sword drew stylish arcs in the air. Blade of light, a sword of pure light. Even though it is made of light, it is completely solid and quite strong. Stealth. Cha Hae-In is very stealthy, being able to sneak up on Sung Jin-Woo without being noticed until she revealed herself. Then she also has tremor or provocation, or as it is known in the webtoon, provoking quake. This is where Cha Hae-In stabs the ground to create a quake, disrupting and damaging enemies, similar to an area of effects ability. Cha Hae-In uses this ability during the Jeju Island Raid against hordes of ants inside the ant nest. Number 6. Just some common trivias. As she left the gate where Jin-Woo joined the hunter mining team, she sensed Jin-Woo's magic power and thought Go-Gun-Hee came to inspect the dungeon, because at that moment Go-Gun-Hee was the only one she knew that was far stronger than her. Jin-Woo commented that Cha Hae-In's strength is far beyond Go-Gun-Hee, despite her being number 2 of the Hunters Guild and by extension the strongest active Korean hunter. The Ant King went after her and knocked her out also because she was the strongest, before going after the rest of the hunters during the Jeju Raid arc. Go-Gun-Hee thought that Jin-Woo and Cha Hae-In were dating and had come to the Hunter Association's party ground for other activities, which is why he ordered the cameras to be turned off. Number 7. Spoiler alert, I'm about to give you a brief rundown of what is going to happen to Cha Hae-In now to the end of the story. Again, major spoilers coming. 1, 2, 3. If you are still here, let's get started. After this current arc and battle with Thomas Andre, Jin-Woo takes Cha Hae-In on a date in a theme park in Japan. After his battle with the monarchs and their armies in the other dimension, Jin-Woo returns to Earth, which he has time warped, and goes to the same school as Cha Hae-In and meets her. During a school athletic meeting, they to eat it off and start dating. 10 years later, they are married and have a son, Sung Jin-Woo, who has inherited his dad's monarch's ability. If you made it far into this video, comment down below #solodancer. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Peace.